Welcome back to Workers and Resources. It's Workers Wednesday once again. And check out this boat, dude. This boat has so much on it. And it is... Oh my gosh, I thought it was actually going to take off. I was ready to record because I thought it was going to take off. Looks like it might have just a little bit more to go. Oh, it's pretty much full, man. That's pretty much full. Yeah. So this boat right now is worth... How much? Let's see. Hold on. Come here. This boat is worth $100 million rubles. 100 million. That's sweet. So like that boat reaches the border and it more than doubles my money. That's insane. Now, obviously, I can't make that much all the time, right? This is just the extra UF6, and we're almost out of extra UF6. And so I kind of will... I'll probably take this train here and tell it to stop pretty soon, but it is what it is. Okay, today's video, what I want to do, because I have some other stuff that's got to build, right? I got to wait for all this stuff to construct. You can kind of see where it is, right? And we have all this farmland and stuff over here. And, you know, the roads are almost done now. Kind of they're working on them still, but they're going to get to the farm pretty soon. The helicopters are pitching in for that kind of stuff, right? So this stuff is we're going to work on this. And probably even more farms over here, maybe. We'll see. But I want to shift things up a little bit, okay? We've had a lot of build this little thing and then wait and see. Build this little thing, wait and see. Build this little thing. We've had a lot of that in recent videos, and you know, recent's pretty relative, right? Like we've been doing this for like 2 months now. 3 months we've been doing just like build this little thing and wait, build this little thing and wait. I want to do something a little bit different than the build a thing and wait, right? I would like to build an entire new town and wait. But we're not going to have to wait for these guys. I'm going to start over. And you can see I'm moving further and further away, right? I've been talking about this for literal real world years. I would like to get a western town. And I think the western town is going to be over here. Okay. Just a little town to start, and then it will grow and grow, and eventually it will be a very important little port city for us. Okay. Now, real quick, we want to see what kind of stuff is over here. And if we take a look, we need to find a location of coal. That's always very important. So coal is over here. We can get the coal here, process it here, have, you know, a power plant, heating or whatever. I don't think we're going to need power plant, because I think what I'm going to do anyway is just take all this power and just, you know, build the lines all the way out here and then power it all with the nuclear plant. That's the better way to do it. But we still need heat. So the coal's got to come in somewhere. So yeah. Right over here in this area is about where we'd have that. For iron, I'm not sure it's necessary, but that just means that we're going to have to be buying a lot of resources from the border. It's kind of like starting a brand new game, okay? We're going to be grabbing things from the border, lots of purchasing stuff from the border. We have the money to do it, right? We lost a little bit of money last month, but hey, we made it all up this month, okay? We got that. And oil is another thing that's over here, and boy oh boy do I need more of that. So we can start getting some of the oil. It's here and here, and I know it's offshore, quote unquote, but we could probably bring this to be... I think I want to bring it up because you can't do offshore drilling in this game, but there's a lot of oil here and I want to get it. So I think what I got to do, right, is I need to raise the land here so that I can put the pump jacks on them. And then I just need to make the river maybe a little bit wider to compensate for that so boats can go around it. Similar to how our smiley face is working out over there, okay? So we've got that happening. Or at least hopefully happening soon. All the oil that's in here is already being taken by these pump jacks. So this is pretty much it. We want this oil, and then we want this oil that's right over here in this area. Okay. Uranium I don't care about. Bauxite is taking place across the river already. So it's really just about oil and coal is all I really care about. And at the start out, we care about coal because of heat. So the coal needs to happen right over in this area, it looks like. So if I got a coal mine right over, it's so far away, isn't it? That's pretty far away. But we're going to get it. So we're going to say a coal mine maybe gets set up with the road maybe facing this way. We go here. And then there's another one that we could potentially get over here. It's only 36% at this point. Maybe we can get this just a little bit better. Yeah. Let's bring this down so it's not quite so in our way. And we want to go like this. So this is a 62% currently. 64, 56. So what I'm thinking is if I want to get all the coal, I maybe bias it a little bit more this direction. Maybe go like 50% here. If I go 50 here, then I might be able to get 45, 47, 48. Ooh. Okay, so almost 50% on both of these mines. 49. You know what? 49 is going to have to do. So basically 50% on both mines. And that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and put a pause on that one. And this one will be the first one we build with, okay? And then we want that to, you know, get processed and stuff too. And I think maybe we'll get a train that does this because it's pretty far away, you know, but our city, you know, I want it to be really close to the border here. So the first thing you got to do when you're starting over, or kind of starting over, the first thing we're doing here, I might even clickbait you guys. What do you think about clickbait? If I say we're starting over in the title of this video, do you think you'll be like, what? And click it and think we're actually starting over? I never do clickbait here, but you know, I hear it works really well. I see the results. I don't experience them myself, but I see the results. Okay, so first thing I need to do is get the construction offices, right? So to do this, it's kind of like what we just started. We need new construction offices. We have these temporary ones here, 3 out of 7. I'd like to have as many as possible over here, to be honest. Why don't we go ahead and start with one here, one here, one here, and one here. Maybe we'll actually do it this way. This is probably smarter, isn't it? Let's do it this way instead. This is much smarter. Yeah. So 4 construction offices, kind of like this. And, you know, all of these offices, they connect like so. Okay. And then we just need construction vehicles to start working on everything, just like we did before. Now, these construction vehicles, yes, we could get them from over here and have them drive this entire path over here, but we have money. We have dollars. The whole reason for doing this trade many, many years ago, and over a decade of trade with the West right now with these ships, is to build up a supply of dollars so that we could spend them on our new city over here. We have foreign workers and stuff over here too. So if I wanted to buy vehicles, we have very new vehicles. Vehicles we've never used before. So I want to take a look at them. So bulldozers. I mean, this one is way cheaper. Wow. This has an excavator built right on it. This is a dozer excavator. And it's $11,000. I mean, sure, the speed level is the reason why. The speed is so much faster with this one. I mean, to save me space, and we don't really need to manage this. The thing is, this is going to build, all of this is going to build while we're over here. We're going to be spending all of our time over the next few videos just like focusing on this stuff anyway. This is obviously the most important thing, but I figured, you know what? Let's just have these guys work with things. It'll be slow over time, but I mean, my God, that's a huge difference. And we have even like older ones that are $2,000. You kidding me right now? These are really cheap. Okay. So I think, yes, we'll grab 2 of these, and I'm going to do it in the offices, I think, so they actually come over here. So we'll say that this one here, nope, that's the wrong one. We want this one. Yeah, look, a dedicated excavator is $109,000. But again, its speed level is 37. The big bulldozer is 58. It's a very fast bulldozer, right? But this one is a single vehicle where we have limited parking spaces. It's a single vehicle that does both. So I think we're going to grab probably all of them. This whole office is going to be just a bunch of these guys, right? And if you take 4 of these guys, well, then it's like 36 on 2, right? That's fine. 4 of these guys is the equivalent of having 2 of these, or, you know, 1 of these and 1 of these, right? So like that's savings. We're saving here. Okay. The next thing we're going to need to do, we're going to need workers eventually, but we can go ahead and ignore that for now. I guess we don't need an excavator. because we already have the dual unit there. That's kind of cool. It doesn't look like it's going to let me purchase other types of vehicles. I mean, we don't even have... Am I correct that we don't even have trucks that can haul things? They don't sell those types of things? Cargo wagons? These are all for trains? Tower cranes? Wow. There are no trucks on the western border. Unless they're used. Yeah, we got flatbeds and stuff we could go used. Interesting. So the West just flat out doesn't sell the flatbeds and stuff anymore. That's really unfortunate. Okay, we're going to try. Let's get dumpers. Yes, 90% wear and tear. I think we are actually going to need to ship some vehicles over here. Damn. Because we don't have what we need. They don't have them. They won't sell them to me unless I'm okay with like 81%, which I might have to be at this point. Just get one of them, I guess. It is cheap. At least it's cheap. It's they're going to be constantly breaking down, but hey, you know what? They're going to get the job done eventually, right? So maybe we do that instead. You have a cement mixer. We might need some of that. This one's 22 years old, 18%. I think maybe this is dry bulk though. We don't need that. I'm looking for a bulldozer or no, sorry, a dump truck that's not 90% plus. And I'm not seeing that. Like all of them are just 90 plus. That's really a shame. Okay. We're going to need an oil tanker, an 84% wear and tear oil tanker. I find it hard to believe that the West doesn't have oil tankers to sell me. Come on now. Harvesters, waste trucks. Yeah, they don't. Diesel locomotives. That's hard. That's tough. Okay. Well, we're going to have to make do with it then. We'll make do with what we got. That's what you do in this game, right? So we're going to take this flatbed. Show me the flatbed. Show me a open haul right here. Open haul. So 87 and 81. This is cheap at least. We're going to go ahead and grab this Mark E. Sorry, it's a Mack truck. We'll grab a green one. All right, we'll grab that one. And we'll just have the one for now. They're in terrible condition, so we'll just have the one for now. For covered hauls, they're all in terrible condition also. They don't haul a lot. This one hauls more, and it's going to break down all the time. But you know what? Fine. For $2,000, we'll have that piece of junk. And the dump trucks, we do what we got to do, you know? These are huge. 32 tons. Oh, my gosh, in one truck. It's going to go slow, but you know what? We're going to have one big truck just doing all this. I like it. That'll be our dumper. Okay, so for that, we're going to come down. We'll have these vehicles, right? This one, I think they're all on their way out, aren't they? I don't think they're here. Let's go. I want to see them. I think I want more offices eventually too. Why don't we get some other things started while we're doing this? So the first thing I wanted to do and look at is all the way over here. We have 2 temporary construction offices, and I want to move these. I want to get these to be over there. All the temporary ones are very, agile. We can move them anywhere we want. We need that. So I'm out of them. If I wanted to place another one right now, I can't. Right, I'm at the maximum count, so I need to start replacing them. And this one's a more permanent installation, I think. It's what I've been using to flatten the land and stuff. So I guess I don't really need these here anymore, do I? Kind of not. I wonder if I should send these. Not you. Not the excavators and stuff. This is all just for terrain manipulation. Okay. Tell you what. Maybe we don't need permanent installations over here for this. Why don't we bring these vehicles back somewhere else where they can not be in the way. We'll bring them over to this road depot here. Have you guys all go over here. So just give me one more, and we'll leave the other one alone. Well, I probably should have at least one bulldozer here, though, shouldn't I? Here, let's move this excavator over here. And we'll replace we'll have one of the bulldozers go in here instead. So the one that's going to sit here for a while is going to have at least one bulldozer. And everything else here will move out. And from there, we'll be able to reclaim this. And then, yeah, I think that's what we needed to do. So let me get this out of the way right now. And I can reclaim that, and that's good. And then you can just go... well, I was going to have a different road there, but I think you're probably fine with the way you are. Okay, never mind. Cool. So now I can have another one of these all the way over here if I want them. And I don't really want them here. What I was hoping to do is get them over here in this area so that I could manipulate this terrain. There's, you know, a hill and stuff here I might want to flatten in the future. So I kind of wanted the vehicle to be over here. And I can also, you know, do a little bit more in this area, including this, right? Raising this up for the oil. And if I had a team of, you know, if I had a crew over here, then I could do that. So what I'm going to look for is to put that temporary office, maybe just sit it over here somewhere. The other thing we're going to need over in this area is, of course, a fuel station. So we're going to grab one of those temporary gas stations. And this is, of course, where we need our... maybe make a big line here. Maybe go over here like this. We need an oil truck, right? So covered dumper flatbed. So the flatbed, I want you to go, let's say there. The dumper, you will go here. And the covered hull. There's a covered hull here too. Get the covered hull. Go here with the open hull. All right, I almost want to see these vehicles. Man, is that a piece of junk. It is. It looks cool though. It's definitely a different vehicle we've seen before. It's just really dirty. Look at it though. It's got that huge flat front. Just like, let's just make this as no aerodynamics at all. Let's just make this as inefficient as possible, pushing the air out of the way. You know, who needs to have an easy time driving when you can just push all the air out of the way with maximum effort? Look at it, how long it is too. Like trucks trying to get on the other side of this thing should have a hard time getting past it. You really should park in the back, buddy. I'm not sure you should be able to. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be able to turn around, really. Yeah, you're going to have to go clip through them. Yep, exactly. Okay, we're going to need an oil tanker. It's got to happen. So can we get oil tanker? It's 84%. That's just the way it goes. We'll get you. Okay, and then your task, should you choose to accept it, is to go into a road vehicles depot here. Yep, so we're going to have you be right over here, I think. This is our new fuel rats is over here. Okay, and this will go there, although that's not a distribution office. We want a distribution office, don't we? Yes, we do. Hang on a second. We have temporary distribution offices, right? It's been a while, but I think we have those. Yep. We do not have them available, though. Where are they? I'm using temporary distribution offices still? Like 5 of them, apparently. Let's see. I want distribution offices. Free. Zernovsky Farms. That makes sense, actually. Carnot doesn't make any sense. Why would I be using these over here? There's one flatbed in there. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. This is for moving the plastic waste. I should just use these guys for that, though, but there's no connections. That's probably why I did that. I was like, you know what? I just need one more connection, dude. And I use one of these temporary ones. Okay, that's fine. Where's the other ones? You should have some other ones, right? Oh, it just took all this away. Distribution office. Entire map. So the other one is in Zernovsky Farms. That makes sense. I'll leave it for now. Cernikova Farms. You have 3 covered. Where is this at? All right. I think we can do something else with this. So you're just collecting crops. Yeah. And then delivering it to this warehouse. Okay, I think we can probably do away with you. Can I get all of your vehicles to go to one of these other distribution offices? Not really. Not really. Okay, maybe we'll put something a bit more permanent in here then. Because I need these temporary offices. So let's go ahead and build a small distribution office. And I guess we can build it here. Although having them cross this the whole time. Which fields are you looking at exactly? You are over there anyway. Yeah, you're doing all of these. All right, so it does make sense to put it here then. So we'll put a small distribution office like right over here. This will be fine. It's got power and everything. And then we'll say, you know what, like, let's just get dirt roads for now, I think. So we can just get it operational. Okay, hang on. Come here. There we go. And maybe we just meet it up with the roundabout. That's fine. A little curvy road, but that's fine. All right, I need you guys right here. I need you guys right here. Zernovsky's office could probably even come over here and help, to be honest. And you know what? Let's just get the helicopters in on it and have this built as soon as possible so I can get that working over there. I'm just going to rush this for no particular real reason. I'm just going to rush it and have everybody work on it. Okay. Next, let's talk about how we're going to move products from the main cities to our new city. I think, you know, boats make sense because we already have a functioning port. What I don't have is a functioning port over here or even a place where I could put a functioning port over here. I'm kind of leaning on widening this out and putting it here, but then I also have this, which is already established. So we have that, and then we could put it on this side right here. But now I want to raise this land. And in order to raise this land, actually, I'm wondering if those excavators are close enough. Are you guys close enough? I'm guessing probably not. But if I told you to come here, then you'd totally be close enough. So we're going to have you come all the way over here now. With no fuel? With no fuel, though. I don't think so. I don't think that's something I should do with no fuel. Let's actually back up on that. Let's cancel this. Let's cancel this. You can't do that without any fuel. You got to have fuel first. And yours just like, I don't know where to go. Yeah, so what you're going to do first, Cistern, is buy fuel and drop it off over here. All right, that's what you're going to do first. Is this only one parking space? I think it is, right? One at a time. So you can't do this until... You can't wait till loaded on this. And then... I guess from there... How much do you haul? 11 tons? That's enough for everybody for now. So I think what we'll do also is... Let's have you also fuel up another station that's all the way down here. Where'd it go? I gotta orient myself here. Okay, so over here. We'll have another gas station just kind of chilling over here for a bit. All right, and I know it's a long haul, but we'll have you do that too. So we'll say this truck unloads its fuel there. Then it goes back, grabs more fuel. Or better yet, let's just have it do this. Let's do it this way. We'll say load 100%, then you unload here. Then you're going to load... No, I like it better the first way. I'm sorry. I'm a little disoriented here. Okay, so take this load. It has been 3 years since I've started fresh, okay? It's been a while since I've, started a brand new save in this game. Crazy. Or 2 years. I forget how long it is. It's probably not 3 years. Let's load, wait till full, yes, and then you're going to unload here. Okay. So that's your new thing, okay? And that will give us the fuel we need over there in that spot. And then all I really need to do, I guess, is just buy 4 of those new excavators, those bulldozer excavator things. We'll just buy 4 more. Why not? They're super cheap. And they're slow, but like again, it doesn't matter how slow they are. There's 4 of them. So it's the equivalent of having 1 of each. And that's kind of all I need to do this job that I want to do over here. So we'll just bring that over here. And that truck will go ahead and refuel this stuff. You're still confused, and I'm trying to figure out why. Why are you confused? Is it because there's a lot of vehicles in your way, or what? Can you load this? That's your task, kind of want to get the helicopters over here. A part of me says the helicopters should come over here and do this stuff. The other part of me says, no, these guys can handle it. We have more important things for the helicopters to do. And that is very true. So I've given them a task. I just want to make sure that the fuel truck is going to do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't look like it's confused anymore. And it looks like it is loading up fuel now. Okay, so it's going to do its job. It cost me 27 grand. Oh my God. This is going to be very easy over there. $9 million in the bank is going to be very easy over there. Okay, so the next thing is, like, how do we get resources from over here and bring them over there reliably, right? And the boat makes sense, but the other way is with trains. And that's especially true for waste. We start processing waste. I want to bring that waste over here. It's going to be a major processing area because it's really far away from all the people. And then I can also expand it even further if I wanted to. It would require me to to take this out of here, which I don't really want to do, but it kind of, yes. Or I suppose I could also maybe, whoops, no, it's you. Yep. I could maybe get you out of here, but that's, yeah. I mean, it does work. I can physically see it moving out. So we could say that any train that wants to go to the second one would take this side and then, you know, get over here. And this is this would terminate on this side, maybe. It's going to let me do it. So that's all I care about, I guess, is that the fact that it'll let me out. And I can do this, and then I can do this and go into another one or something, right? But realistically, I think probably what would happen is it would just enter from the other side. Either way, we could have more waste processing, just flip it and put it right here. Same thing, just copy paste, boom, right here, and have another one, because there's really so much land over here to work with to make that happen. And this is like a centrally located map-wise, not civilization-wise, but it means that we can expand over here and, you know, where this water is, and have another town or something over here, and still have a waste processing that's kind of like in the middle of everything. And so I think initially, where I'm going with this, is initially all these guys are going to collect their waste, and then it's going to get shipped by train over there and get processed over here. So we're going to say, sorry about the camera movements. I'm just kind of getting myself reacquainted after all these other games. Let's say we come off this right here, and we want a bridge that crosses this. We're not going to have it, you know, managing with traffic or anything. We're not going to stop any cars. I've learned my lesson, okay? I don't want to do that anymore. As much as I can avoid it, trains don't make cars stop, okay? Let's just try to make that happen from now on. Let's say we go about here. This should be okay, right about here. Let's just kind of get a feel for how far away that is. That looks pretty good. Ideally, we're going to have probably trains will come in here. There'll be trains that are longer than 150 coming in here. So I kind of want to make sure I have a lot of room. And there's going to be a cross probably right here, like a little junction crossing, whatever you want to call it. Probably right about here. I think I'll just do it here. Yeah, if it could fit right between these two things, that'd be awesome. No. Well, kind of. I was hoping it'd be clean to where the entire crossing happens between the highway. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Oh, good. I can't get rid of it. That's fun. Yeah. All right. You think I can't get rid of it, but haha. What do you know? We got rid of it. Crazy. You're just making me a little upset here, aren't you? Here, pull that back. Round it out. Nope. Round it nicely. Yeah, and good to go. And then deleted. Okay. So, yeah, the crossing we want to have probably after this. Maybe we go further. We go closer to the water just to give it more space. I don't think we need as much space on this side as we do on this side, because trains are like, they're going to get tied up here. If they're a long train, let's say they're like a 200-meter train or something, right? If I bring a 200-meter train in here and it stops right here, then we're looking at there, right? That gets pretty long. So the crossing has to be here. It has to be at least like over here. I guess we'll just make it with this side of the road. Screw it. We'll just go like this, and it'll cross like right there. Okay. that's where it'll be. And then we'll have signals here and on the other side here. So if the train is sticking out to here, at least it doesn't disrupt traffic, but it's going to let them do their thing. And yes, I realize that is going across traffic, but I can't put bridges there. There's not enough room. Okay. But there is enough room here on this main highway. So yes, we can do that. So if the train is stopping here, and if it's a 200 train, I guess, I don't think it'll be a 200 train, but let's just say it is, then we're going to want more space. This probably goes like that, right? So 190. So about here is where your 200-ish is. So we'll scoot this over just a little bit more. Yeah. So we'll cancel this and move this to be, let's say, about here instead. As long as our signal is here, then everything should work out just fine. So if I put this signal like that, if I put the track like that, then we're fine. Yeah, and then this goes that way. And this goes that way. Oh. Don't do that. Don't be that way. Don't be that way, game. Video game. Excuse me, video game. I'm captain now. It's not quite what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Okay. Yep, that's going to be fine. Cool. And then we have on this side, just to... we're not going to have any super long we're not going to have anything over 155 coming from this direction, because none of these really long trains are going that way. They're all staying on this side of the river. So, but we will have long trains. I'm gonna do long trains. Very soon after we start getting Western civilization here set up, we're gonna have long trains moving through this side of the river. But all the short trains, 150-meter trains, they're all on that side. And then they do venture forth over here, but the train network on this side of the river is going to be made very differently in its philosophy and how we do things. It's going to be very different on this side of the river because we're dealing with longer trains than distribution offices can hold. And this is more than enough. It's 233 to the tunnel, so that's fine. Okay, and then on this side we need our bridge set up. So we're going to bring this up. 1, 2, 3. I'm wondering if I mean, it's kind of angled, isn't it? Should I go straight over it? Maybe a curvy bridge. Ooh, fancy. You go over, let's say 1, 2, 3, and then maybe we just curve a little bit. So it should just be enough to be perpendicular to the road, I think. And we don't have to go super long here. Let's maybe keep it 60 meters. 62 meters up, let's say. Now we can go further. Let's say 70. Yeah. And then we'll say maybe like this is fine. And then that goes over like this, another 75-ish or so. Get the post on that side. So 80 meters, let's say. That's good. The azimuth is 0. Here we go. And then down another 70 meters to the end. So it's kind of equal on both sides. Seems good to me. Then we take this and bring it up. Just keep it. No. You're supposed to be snapping. What happened to your snap? You're not snapping. Okay, I mean, I could eyeball it, but it's not like... There it goes. This one's physically snapping. The other one was acting like it didn't have snapping on. There it goes. And then down here, all the way to the end. Like so. It's highlighting the other track, yes. All right, now we have the electrical here. We want to go around that. We don't want to interfere with that. So we are going to curve this way at this point to kind of keep away from that electrical. And then we would want to go... I want to go parallel kind of to this road. This road kind of represents where my highway is going to be, but it's not like set in stone. And I also need to leave enough room to curve outside from the tunnel because there's going to be a tunnel over here. So this track here is going to go under the river. It's going to pop out straight from the other side. So right here is where this is. And then if I keep my mouse kind of here-ish, it's a rough estimate, but it's going to come out like right around here or so, right? And we could have it come out here, and then it's going to curve around to get hooked up to this track, or it could curve in and meet up with it here and then have a crossing. But I haven't figured out where this track is going to be yet. So why don't we just say, for now, this track comes out this way. And let's keep it away from the highway if we can. So let's say we'll maybe wrap it around about there. We don't want to go too close to the highway. So it'll be something like that. I like it. We'll start with that. Okay. So as the track builders come over, and they're working on the tunnels and stuff right now. Looks like they've got some progress done on this. Yeah, 6,800 more work days. 6,900 more work days, I guess, is what that more accurately says. 7,000 work days here. It's about the same on both sides. They're gonna have to, get that. Once they get on this side, I'm gonna tell them to postpone work on in this direction. So they'll just focus on this side for now to get this hooked up so we can get this operational. And then, again, as soon as this is operational and it's working and I have workers on my way over there, as soon as we have that happening, we begin demolishing all of these. We're not going to demolish these until the ash is completely gone. It's going to take a little bit, but like the ash has to go away, right? And then we can stop having this gigantic line of trucks, because that's the biggest problem. Biggest problem right now is that, we have vehicles that have been told to unload this stuff, but it's not a bottleneck. This is not the bottleneck. This is the bottleneck, of course, and it's because we cannot dump any more waste. We have to process it faster, and we can't process it because there's nobody working here, right? We need workers here faster. We need workers here more often. So where are my buses with the workers? They're supposed to be coming down this road, I thought. Looks like they're taking a different route. They're using the one-ways, which is fine, except the problem with that is that the workers end up in this line. And I don't want them to end up in this line. So let's fix that right now. You are taking people over to there. That's not where I want. Let's deviate a little bit. Where are the buses that are taking workers? It's you guys. You guys are going to the unfinished road. This is a construction office bus. I think it's you. You're the ones. Yes, you're the ones. Okay. Why are you on this path? Because I told you to take this waypoint. Okay. That's why you're here. So, I don't want you to do that anymore. My bad. I know it's the fastest route usually, but instead, I want you to take a different waypoint. Now you're going to take... well, we're going to create a waypoint. Now you're going to take, let's say, this waypoint right over here. You could do this for now and then turn here. That would be okay. But I want you to take this waypoint. And then you're going to drive all the way in from there. That way you're not getting mixed up in this whole thing. Yeah. So instead of this one, you'll now take that one. Where's this one? Here. Okay, good. So you'll turn left here now. That's it. Yeah. However, let's make sure all the buses do this. So everyone that's on this line, all of you on this line, go here instead now. Yeah, you'll turn left here, and it's a little slower, but at least you won't be behind this gigantic line, because right now the line exists because the workers are not there. And actually, it looks like both buses that are on this line are doing this. I think temporarily what I'm going to do... Damn. The only way to fix this right now is to do this. Is just start Control-Hing these vehicles out of the way. Because I need these workers in there. So any vehicle that I can Control-H out of the way, I'm going to do it right now. And now they can turn. Well, they should be turning. Get out of the way. Eat it. Yeah, you're not going to do this anymore. How long have you been in there? Okay, so you're going to make it. We'll have all the trash processing here. But the reason why this lines up is not because of any bottleneck here. I've had a couple comments like, there's not a bottleneck in the hardware. It's a bottleneck with workers. when they get lined up like this, the workers don't even get there, and then it gets even worse. So we definitely need to address that quickly, because we're probably going to have a waste problem here if I don't look at it. Like, let's take a look at the overlay as soon as the autosave is done. And if I take a look at the overlay for waste here, you do have 100% there. There are some high percentages. 92 here. 70s, not super big deal. 83, but the 100, of course, is the problem. I don't see it really being a huge issue yet anywhere else, but that is going to be a problem if I don't fix that right now. So now we're going to get workers in here. No, that's passengers. What? Wait. What? Holy what the? Why are you like this? No. Bad buses. They brought... Oh, man. They brought only passengers out this way. What are they thinking? Well, they're thinking that they're allowed to, and there's a lot of passengers waiting. I definitely need more buses doing this. 2 buses doing this is not enough. I mean, it should be enough. It should be enough, but it's not. So let's get another one. Maybe I'll borrow one of the construction buses for now. Can I borrow you? I'm going to borrow you. Where am I going to bring you? I have to bring you to a road depot in order to borrow you. At least temporarily. Where's my nearest road depot? It's over here, right? Oh, you know what? We have an extra bus right here. Screw that. These guys are going to do it. Okay, never mind. You. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You're coming with me. Do I want both? It would be very helpful. All right, you are going to go do that. Go. And then actually what I'm going to do for these 2 buses, I have a lot of extra buses here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change up your route a little bit. You're not going to go to that bus stop. You're going to go to this one. You're going to be a source of workers from this side that ends up bringing people over here. You're going to have to cross. Yeah, you have to cross over here. So you'll grab people from this bus stop. Then you'll go under the tunnel. You'll come out here, like we all expect. And then you'll need to, I guess, make your way over this way, where you will follow the same route as the rest of these buses do. Okay, fine, go. And then I'm actually going to bring one more. I need a lot of workers on that side. So I'm going to have this bus do the same thing. Yep. We're going to make sure that a lot of workers end up in waste processing. So kind of overdoing it, but that's just the way it's going to be right now. Okay. And then actually the one thing I need to look at there is which are you going to stop at afterwards? So you end up stopping here, and then what do? You're going back to here. Oh, right. You're telling everyone else to get out from here. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Although we could pick up workers there, but I don't really want to. Is that what it's already doing? It's picking up passengers here. That's why. That's why I got flooded with passengers. That bus route is all sorts of screwy. This is the reason why it gets flooded with passengers, because it picks up passengers here and it doesn't drop them off. And then eventually you just have a ton of passengers. So, you know what? You guys are work buses. This is what you do. You're going to get out. There you go. That's what you do. Okay? All of it. And then for you have 2 buses, right? Yep. So line spacing, we need to compute the length. That's fine. I don't care, actually. Let's just make sure that this stop is not on your route. There you go. Okay. So the 2 buses that are going to pick up people from here, they do not stop at that. They will just come right back. All right. That problem's going to work itself out. It took a little longer than it should have, but it's going to work itself out. I think if the roads are done, this one is all the way up to here. We'll get this one done first. And then we can start building in here, but I think the helicopters can get going, right? Helicopters are already selected to do this. They're just not doing it quite yet. Yeah. And then I think also for this side, I want to have the ability to expand this to more, more ash if I can get away with that, if I have to, because there's not as many over here as there is over there. And like over there, I think is probably the busiest one still, but I think I want the capacity to be increased over here. So what I'm going to do is bring this dump out of here. Let's make this road come out that far. And then we'll put another dump right back in. So put this dump back in here. And let's flip the road. Yeah, so it can be over here instead. There you go. That way it's just like we can put another 8 through here if we need to or something, right? Later on. If we need to. Okay, did we get our fuel delivered over here? I know it's dark. Hang on. No fuel here yet. No construction office vehicles here yet. Probably because I've had it paused a lot. For frame rates, I have it paused quite often. So these guys are making their way downtown. Or uptown, I guess. They're way out in the country. There's no town at all. What do you got going on over here? Why are you the way you are? Track builders. Well, because you can't get out. That's fine. We're almost done. This train track is... We're cruising. We're just tying up everyone else and making sure the workers can't get to their spot. Oh, yeah. They're going to time out before they get there. That sucks. Track builders do that, though. I can't seem to create a situation where they don't do that. They just always disrupt everything. You have to babysit them. Yeah, that's fine. This is all these alerts are going to go away soon. Has anything really major happened? I haven't really been paying attention to these. Looks like just trains waiting too long. Yeah, all that stuff's getting worked out as the track builder goes away. Okay, let's just delete these really quick. And evaluate. Do we have this? Can this boat take off yet? It's so close to being full. Oh, well, actually, there it is. Now it's full. Oh my gosh, it's got another row. That's incredible. Okay, now what I want you to do, stop. I want you to just sit here. Because you don't need to go anymore. You're fine. Let's let this build up a little bit, okay? Let this supply build up a little bit more. We don't need to do this yet anymore. Okay, you. I know you're not completely full, but 111,000 rubles is really nice. And man, seeing my balance go up that much during this video would make me just the giddiest of giddy. So, I think it's time. I want you to go. 111 million rubles. Oh my God, almost 112. If there was just one more container on this, it'd be 112 million. But the train just couldn't have it. It's fine. This train will just sit there. It doesn't need to do anything right now. We'll just let it sit there. No reason to put any extra, mileage on it, I guess. Any extra wear and tear. If I have it sit over here and wait till loaded, then I won't get the UF6 transferring to the buildings. I want that to continue. So in case you're curious, why not just make that happen? Because I want the buildings to get it still too. I want to make sure they always have a supply of UF6 just constantly being pushed in here. In other words, I can wait. It doesn't matter. It's 111 million rubles. It's fine. I can wait. I think probably ready. Oh, come on now. You know what? I'll zip you guys ahead to when we're ready to form this land and maybe get some of our pump jacks positioned for this. We're going to be unloading even more oil now. And so this is essentially the first switch on this side of the water that is going to connect directly to nuclear from here. Now there's another switch, of course, and that's here, but that goes from here, and then it's like this whole power supply is kind of spoken for already, right? We're going to have some minor connections here to help power this stuff, but pretty much the power that's coming into here is already spoken for clear across, the Republic, I suppose, at this point. So I wanted another route. I wanted another place to get power that's a little more close. And that's going to be right here. Okay, so now that I have power routed, I mean, I have to redo the lines now, but I basically have it routed. Next, let's talk about the city. So, got a couple of things that we have to take note of. And one is the position of gravel. We're going to need a lot of gravel. So having a gravel industry is crucial. That's probably going to be the first thing we build, right? That way we can start getting gravel roads and start really just having our own sources for that stuff. The next thing I want to take note of is the position of oil. So we have a couple of oil spots. One is right where my camera is right now. And it's right here. So we're going to obviously want to extract as much oil as we can. It's very useful for us. All of our vehicles depend on it. And then all the way over here, got even more oil here. So as long as we don't build really close to these two spots, we're fine. And then, of course, I'm going to have these spots here. And then what I'm thinking about doing, I kind of have two options, right? Either I can process the oil on this side to create fuel locally here and bitumen, which is going to help with construction and things like that too. So not out of the question. Or I can pipeline all of the oil that's on this side. There isn't much, but you know, I can pipeline it and connect it with here and then pipe it into this setup in here because we already have all the setup necessary for that. So we pipe it into these existing pipes that go all the way up into this infrastructure, which is already connected to the refinery all the way over there. And that's my other problem though, is like the refinery is all the way over here. I feel like these guys should have their own source of fuel. If nothing else, we have another place where we're making fuel and we don't need to send trains from all the way over here and send them all the way over here to drop off fuel, right? So I'm thinking of instead of, you know, I'm going to get this whole thing sorted so we can extract the oil out of this place. But I think instead of taking this oil over there like I was going to, I think I'm actually going to pull it back and bring it back here. So the next question in that is, okay, so where does this refining happen? I think it's probably going to be about here. We could go a little bit more this way. It's just a little bit further away, but if we go this way with it, then what happens is all of this stuff gets routed this direction. All right, so all of these locations will get routed into this direction, but then we also can grab the oil from that side and pump that in here too. There's a lot more oil over in this area. It's pretty far away, so I'm not really going to be able to work with it all that quickly, but if I can somehow pipeline it all the way over to here, then this little area here is a little closer to where everything is, right? Because this is where our coal mines are. So there's already going to be buses over here to bring for the coal. So I feel like maybe if we set up that fuel refinery kind of like over here, it could work out for oil. Nevertheless, though, as far as resources go, nothing in this area to get in the way of us making a town right here, which is where I want this town to be. So I want it to be right here. So why don't we really quickly for the end of this video, because we are getting a little bit long now, why don't we go ahead and fulfill my promise so that it isn't complete clickbait and design a quick little city here. It doesn't have to be anything special. Just design something, right? I would say we want to be somewhat close to the gravel. So let's put it right about here. We'll just start placing buildings. So I'm going to start it. Let's go with here. We'll say a building is there. Do I want it to be straight with this? Probably, right? Let's maybe get the buildings to be straight as we can get them here with this. So this looks pretty close. So we'll back this up and we'll say it goes about here. All right, first building's placed. So we'll spread it out a little bit. We'll say here, if I did it about here, I'd have room for stuff in between the buildings. So I'm trying to spread out a little bit, okay? Let's make things not quite as dense as before. And I say this knowing I'm placing buildings almost as densely as I was placing them before, but this one here is a little off center, isn't it? Is that going to annoy anyone? It may. It may. That one's it's a little bit closer to put it here. Okay, so that's pretty decent. I like that. And then, so what we have in the middle here are, you know, some of the services and amenities that these guys are going to want. So we could put, let's say, I don't know if a football field is appropriate, but something like a volleyball court makes more sense in this area. So maybe we'll put this in the middle between these two buildings. something like that. We could put the shopping center. We're going to go with this big old shopping center all the way on the end right over here, and then off to the side just a little bit. So maybe like right here. The important thing is that these guys need to be able to walk to this location. So as long as that, when we get our regular paths position, and that's like with the stoplights and stuff, with the footpaths, with the lights, as long as this building can walk there out of, you know, over here. So let's say if it walks down this way, that's 334, 355. It should be able to reach this, but ground distance is 442. So that's cutting it very close. I think that's a little bit too close for me, to be honest. I think so. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to scoot this a little bit closer. So the shopping center is going to go here. It'll be one less row of houses. That's fine. But it's going to mean that everybody can walk to the shopping center. And that's more important to me, I think. So we'll go about here with it. There we go. Okay. And then we have these houses and then more houses on this side. Okay. Is kind of where I'm going with this. In the center, we have this area here, and we're going to have the warehouse and stuff with the forklifts and everything. I think that's probably going to need to take place here. So we're going to take this train station and go probably about like this. Then what we want is the warehouse. Warehouse is going to get connected to both the store and the train station. It goes about like this. Should be fine. I actually would much like it to be like right up against it. Like this would be better. I like this more. Looks a little weird, but I like it more. And then if I take the meat storage and put it here, is that too far away or is that good to go? Ooh, oh, got it right there. Okay, so now we'll have this road, which is probably going to end up being asphalt, but we'll say gravel for now. We'll connect there. This will go around from that side to the road like that, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty far away. Let's just do it right. We'll say it's this instead. Okay, right here. All right, I'm putting my foot down. That's it. No more. Bring this back. And about like that. All right, much bigger storage. Now when the food trains and stuff deliver this, it'll be significantly more storage capacity, and that's fine. All right, let's make sure the walking paths work through here. Indeed, they do. And we'll make sure they just kind of wrap through here. That's fine. All these walking paths are going to end up going, I think, pretty much straight through here like that is a good idea. Straight through here is a good idea. Since there's going to be another row of housing over here anyway, why don't we take and do this school, but we'll put it right by the store, kind of like this. I wanted a culture building here, though. We'll do it. So right here would be a Ukrainian concert hall thing. Okay. And then from there, since we're going to have a road here anyway, we could have the gallery of art be like immediately next to that. And then let's make sure that we leave enough room for like walking path stuff. So if this walking path is going straight, yeah, this walking path's going straight. So we're going to need that here. Just going to clear that out of here. All right, so all of our walking paths kind of come out that way. So the gallery des art can be there. Then we'll have our education building. Let's say, give it a big kindergarten. Can be behind that. We'll say it's here. I like that. Then this walking path continues from this side. There we go. And then I was thinking tourism, but now I'm thinking sports. So sport hall is 175 people. I think I like it, but it's very big. Still, it is a place where they can get their sport need and everyone can get it. So I'm kind of liking that too. And then when we have another row of houses, it'll be over here and they'll all have access to the same facilities. Okay. Plus the same store. Everyone can walk to it. That's good. Next, let's talk about emergency services. It's obviously important to have a hospital. And I'm thinking probably the hospital will go in the center here. So I'm going to put the hospital, I think, right here. Will they be able to walk to it? That's a good question, Charlie. Will they be able to walk to this? Probably not. I would say probably not. Let's get rid of the gallery of art. I think we have enough culture now. This is going to be enough. We'll plaster some other little tiny things around, but the hospital needs to be very centrally located to this. So we're going to go like this. Let's change it to where the road is on that side. And we're going to bring it right up against that walking path, I think, right about here. And then, of course, we want our helipad. Make sure it fits. It will fit if I get rid of that walking path here. So let's pull that back a little bit. Yep, this will allow us to get a helicopter in here. About like that. It doesn't quite line up, and I do like it when it lines up. I know, me, of all people, me liking it when it lines up. It's crazy. And we'll say that this now goes right up against that. Yeah, like that. All right, good. So that gives us a hospital in the middle that everybody can reach. I like it. Next, we need our fire station. That can come over here, I guess. It's probably fine. Yeah, and we'll put it like right about here instead. Just a little bit more in from here. Okay, and now the helicopter can be on this side like this. And then in these other little gaps, we'll make sure that we put the waste stuff as well. So like there's still some space here for waste to go, and we'll play around with that as it develops, okay? I guess the only thing left is we have the kindergarten. I never put in the school. I think if I put the school here, it is close enough for everybody to walk to, just as the kindergarten is. So I would be able to go... I think I was going to put a really big school in, but I'm thinking this one here is fine, because a lot of these guys are going to be educated anyway. So we're going to bring that to be about here. And why don't we flip this over? Yeah, this is good. Definitely from this side. About there. And then this walking path can just... You know, I wanted to put it through here anyway. But now I'm thinking... It may not be able to go through here like this. Yeah, right back like this. And then you can connect there. Yeah. And then you can just connect here like this. That's cool. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. So that gives us the start, right, of our new town on this side. And how that's going to get laid out. We still need a gravel industry. And we need everybody to go out here and build it. But now I at least have an idea of where the town is going to be. And so I can start structuring everything else around it based on that. And that includes, I think, a little bit of farming. So I need to do a bit of farming too. And I'm thinking probably if I don't want to get in the way of oil. But other than oil, which is, you know, here. Where is it? Right. Here's oil. There's the gravel, right? So there's oil, and then over here is oil. So I can farm this. I can farm this right here. I think that's okay. And then oil fields, and then more fields, more farming can happen right here too. There's a big area right here on the map where it's like, yeah, you could farm there. There's not much anything there, right? You could totally farm there. Well, the issue with that is it's also very hilly. So like I can flatten this. That's not a problem. I can flatten this. Both of those things are flattenable. I'm not going to do the whole map here, but flattenable is now a word, by the way. It's flattenable. We could do it. But that's something to think about as we go. All right. So I'm going to set this up and finalize this between now and the next video, just so that these guys get started bringing things in here. Okay. And specifically the roads. I'm going to get them to do gravel roads and stuff just by buying this stuff from the border. We're going to get them to do some roads through here and all that. And all that's taking place now at the same time as all of this stuff is taking place, right? So we're still going to focus on this primarily, but I want you to know that there's development happening on that side now. Okay? Very cool. At least I think it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.